So I was in the burn clinic seeing patients as outpatients, and when someone first told me about it, I thought they were joking. And then when I realized they weren't joking, my next response was great denial, is surely nobody would be walking around on an active volcano. And then it slowly dawned, actually, this was very real. And the difficulty that we had was I knew that we would need to gear up, but we didn't know what we needed to gear up for. And we were already running late with the patients that we already had. We were running between 150 and 200%. The team and I had been up all night the week before, caring for these patients that we were worried about. And then suddenly we get essentially a year's worth of work in one day. And it's not just for one day. We already could predict that we were going to be busy now for the next 3 months. The hard part was your day job doesn't go away. So this consumed me during the day, but then there were all these other things you'd have to do at night. And, but you know what, I wasn't the only one. Everyone gave up of their time. And if you think about the time of year that it was, this is the time of the year when people are getting ready for Christmas. It's time to relax and unwind. And we were ramping up. So we just did what we needed to do. And you turn to each other for support. And I've got to say, the support that we received from those around us, those from within the team, and even those who offered to do things like, you know, our normal work continues. So I was on call for plastic surgery during that time, and other people offered to do that call so that I could keep caring for these burn patients. I think the hardest part for me is the same as it is for anyone involved in health. And that is that although you tell your family that they are the most important people in your lives, everything you do is otherwise. And what I mean by that is that the job almost always comes first. It means that, I'm sorry, I can't watch your ballet performance or music recital because I need to go to the hospital today. But you're not on call. I know I'm not on call, but I need to be there. Now, the girls have grown up with this and they understand this. It doesn't make it any easier, and it's not just me, and it's everyone in the team. And you know, the team becomes your family, and we support each other in a family. One of the hard things that people say about their doctors, right, is that often we're dispassionate, we don't connect and things, but actually that's a protective thing, because, you know, unfortunately, those tragic stories that would bring most sensible and sane and caring people to a standstill, it's awful, but I actually don't have that luxury. And who wants to see the person in charge crying? No one does. No one wants to hear someone, well, I don't know. Everyone wants to be the cleverest person in the room until they have to be the cleverest person in the room. And so I can tell, you know, if my car could tell stories, I hate to think what it would say, but, you know, many a tear was shed. I had to cry for the loss of that young lady in the privacy of my car. I can't do that in front of my team. They're looking for someone to help egg them on. Keep going, we're winning, we can do this. So we were planning on a bit of a celebration, but then something called COVID-19 came along and kind of scuppered that. But we're hoping that one day we'll get a chance. That is a hard part, and I think, you know, if you talk about heroes on a front line, the heroes are actually all those people who have to live with them. And so my family have got very used to putting up with me and work. And I'm sure that's true of everyone who's involved in health. Their families really do need a medal for putting up with, because when you've given everything at work, there is absolutely nothing left in the tank when you get home. And I'm eternally grateful to my family who help ground me and remind me of what's important. And that sometimes makes it really hard when you can't keep other families going. When you choose to come here to work, this is your family. We actually spend more of our lives here awake than anywhere else. And the support you get, you really know your family when they help you. And things like my colleagues who, normally it's hard to get someone into the operating room, it was not hard. Normally, anything if I want to change a position or get something, it's difficult. It was not difficult. Normally, it's a problem if I run late because time didn't matter. Everyone was on exactly the same mission, and that was to deliver the very best care that we could for those people. And an even greater mission, which was we wouldn't compromise the care of anyone else, and perhaps the toughest one of all, which was to support one another.